So what the $55 million contract aba no depends on 11%. Na se u Canada compre kwa Japan se no ye krono dia ene na owura bebem se na MPP de ne ye krono dia ene yesu ye kron na sampo a Canada compre kwa Japan sa asem wo de betugua na no me kan Canada compre kwa Japan wo we won fa kira da mo wa no nti wa no ye trododo
ene obi nso de contract Abraham yiri se onye na ontua 11% $55 million or per 11%.
Honorable Kennedy Agyapong, thank you for telling us that these men and women parading around claiming that they want to retrieve all loot have conveniently and significantly turned their face towards one of the most grievous allegations against the state.
Mema etiefone ahwefo akwaba ediba Koda Media TV bio. Media ne kachiri ajayo dia sampa dwumadi. Say dan ensem chirim nam de brem. Asem bia betugwa na asem no se mema mu nchirimu. Nti menko gina ho nati na okwa wetimi achiremu achirenia ohia so obeti ase. Asem bia Honorable Kennedy compre kwa Japan akofa aba. Asem no kase etese po. No di pebia o kasa pia ne beba nim esanso di pa we wasa wubufu pia na wunyansa eso atew dan interview o grante na oye ne se origu MPP ani mase or say MPP ena aferi me na me chairman ena jene 111 won wie ba kokora ene wo mo contract de nwa ton no no akoma no ho eso tutwa de koto asem sa ye na me wo ha na ndisi fo bi no about the contract of $55 million and they are brebe they say we pay 11% out of it obeton amere
NDC for me ho and we be so dey contract Abraham yiri say onye na ontua 11% $55 million or per 11%. And you want to advance 7% and say no dia masa Ghana edi ani yakui Ghana eni yakui
eno na yenua Zato Dr. Zato o say aduma enti a wotew ora sa na emen enti ene kan na kompre ko Japan wona wo yere ma chiro kromfo kase paade ama ora na ora wa hemprin so what the $55 million contract aba no depends on 11% na se u Canada kompre ko Japan chese se no ye krono dia ene na ora bebem Zato asem nyina ni enti he's calling for ora momra na mommehwe asama Kennedy aba di also wo ha na ndisi funa kasa bai oba na yiri nchen nti adanse ye dai adanse wom mukuta he yakuta $55 million contract mamma 11% na fankano na fashion yo pakpakpa nti se akompra ko timi describe se MPP bi na ye krono dia ene yesu ye krono nti mumye kutuinia Dr. Zato Sanya osikani samnefa nyemra.
Honorable Kennedy Agyapong, thank you for your revelation that the warriors of Oral are demanding 10% for a $500 million contract to your wife. Honorable Kennedy Agyapong, thank you for telling us that these men and women parading around claiming that they want to retrieve all loot have conveniently and significantly turned their face towards one of the most grievous allegations against the state. If Fanti Kenke has said this, he would have been summoned by the police. If anybody else had made this, I can tell you, if a TikToker had made this allegation against the state, that TikToker would have been in police cells by now. Kennedy, I want you to understand the gravity of what he's saying, that the incumbent government tried to bribe his wife with a $500 million contract, and the wife turned it down. And where are the wolves of Oral? Where are the patrons of Oral? Where are the messiahs of Oral? Where are the men and women who said they would take all loot? Because this is it, what happened. If Kennedy Agyapong's wife did not take it, who else took it? If she rejected it, who did not reject it? Who finally took it?
Okay.
Why? When? And how much?
All right.
If we were in a government that is so sensitive to corruption and to abuse of power, this is where the investigation should begin.
All right.
Somebody else, it's possible somebody else other than Ken's wife took it. Who is that person?
Okay.
And who was even the man or woman bold enough to even go to Ken's wife and offer her this bribe and this juicy contract? Okay. These are things that are live. And the witnesses are all here, they are not dead.
Okay.
This is where you start. If you think you are a government that is transparent, you think you are a government that believes in what? Rule of government.
All right.
The rule of law.
Dr. Zato say, I compare ko we watch the farmer is a for Ora. Na Ora ndai. Operation recover all loot. They say, loot dia and the Ora for nye jumaye. The chairman of Ora hina Okujeto Ablakwa. I a member of Ora. You Happy Kofi Wachi also a member of Ora. And a former accountant general also a Ora. And a union of friend day. Century and Wadai lawyer penny Remo Acha. And so a Ora. Intine say na MPP de ne krono dia. And they use your kron. Inti Dr. Zato asem nyina ani. Inti mpring Ora. Yehwehwemo na matimi Africa ne da kompra kwa Agyapong. Na ne yire. Na sa $55 million project no. Ghana fo pese wo hu. Ni a contract na wode ma no. Na processor offer man sana ne saka contract no ni ahwese competitive and I say so source and this for nyumba akopɛ na wonim so source and so naka MPP time na chiwade MNDC fo na wo buy so source yetimi akukuru $55 million contract am okwabran e bikura no be party chairman and as a party organizer full soldier bi go baby na e dia mano nti eso okopo sikani bi no edai o de ba no gene percentage no ko Canada compare ko Japan gire nchen na za awo ne mesakani ma minimum 11% na fa na sampa Canada compare ko Japan sa samu wo de betugua ana be kan no oni paro kasa kudu ba bi pa kasa hunkwa na obeka yo ana so ubufu pi peso a abufu no boshan saa na wadwene ayesa abofra adwene na nkeyi say ya hintasem bi na ayowu asema wa ma oyire wu intinde Dr. Zato frɛ orafo mo frɛ Canada compra ko Japan na yire. And then what about of onipa na odi $55 million contract buy yo ojimu 11% no yehu na yehu na mudu obododo nyesem nyina na woka hu nyesem nyina na onipa na no hu a oka na no mekans kana kumprego Japan wo we won fa kira dada mo wa no nti wa no ye trododo ana ye tro ena wo hia hintasem bi afri kadara kumprego Japan nchen a mane bufu shene bufu kakra wo shene bufu a urade oni hintasem obe pro ni nyina de agufam and $55 million or the brew yere enti Zato chese orafo enfre Canada compra ko Japan na yere ni yehu onipa ko a or the $55 million no e de buy na ni nyina so fie ndisi mu enti se ndisi fu MPP fu na ye na se kron de a na ndisi fu de one day one bi wo kron mu yo 55 enyo yinkwa ebisa wo be foforo enti orafo mo sore na mo yem adwuma na ye hwe fa ko a ensunsu ande brode hu ebefa enti Dr. Zato na samni na ni Canada be kire ye okromfoko wona wo yere mo be kire odi pakon a $55 million no contract wo de man no na irrelevant or call the necessary process and I say one go through the necessary process. Na sa we contract and pa esi den wo mo adwuma 55 na okoton kadeda kumpra kwa Agyapong ana wache okrofo kasi edi ama ora nti ya twen ora ne yahwe eye part 1 me de part 2 ne bebre mu wo mra ora fo asu sa asemu yimu na wo ye ho hwemu Koda Media TV sine me didi ka chiri eja yodi asampa dwumadi eye nsem chiremu na mde abrinti nde dika roba so a mesra no subscribe to the Koda Media TV na wabaka busua no ho dwumadi koso no na wala ka share woni ho mpo a na video bi beto a baba na de wachi na onya bi etie